Hello, welcome to video number 9. This is all about what we would call sacred pause. And the state of consciousness is a very clear state of consciousness. And this is the first state of consciousness that is breaking through cultural boundaries. We live in a capitalistic society, a consumer-driven society, and the lid that's being placed on people is, being driven by market forces. That if the market can keep people from knowing that they are the answer to their own difficulties, then they can kind of coerce them into consuming a lot of products that they don't need. And so when a person is in the state of polarity or duality, they'll go from, the chiropractor to the acupuncturist to the regressional hypnotherapist to the massage therapist, and then to the medical doctor, looking outside of themselves to have somebody else fix their problem for them. And they'll get to this place of frustration where they're like, I've tried it this way, I've tried it that way, I've tried it this way. And they'll get to this place where it's like, shit, maybe I have something to do with the problem. Maybe I need to behave or do things somewhere different, but I don't know what to do. So they're in this very, very sacred place that they're looking for the answer internally, rather than projecting it off onto somebody else to fix it for them. But at the same time, they don't know what to do. So they're looking at themselves of what can I do differently, but they don't know what to do. Now, if you talk with anybody when you're in this state of consciousness, they're going to try to fix you. They're going to tell you that you need to read this book, or you need to look at this YouTube video, or you need to go see this practitioner, whatever it happens to be. They're now trying to be your polarized savior. They're trying to fix your problem. And so if you can understand that it's like, I'm the one asking the question, I'm empowered enough to recognize that I can come up with the solution. What if I just let that answer percolate around and I come to my own conclusion with this? That is the gift of sacred pause. That is like this whole skill set of how do I let the wisdom from my body percolate through and get into my analytical understanding of reality, and let me know what it is that I need to do from a source of depth and knowing that it just won't come from the outside. And so the state of consciousness is sacred pause. And in my opinion, it is the most empowering state of consciousness of everything that we teach. And I'm really grateful that, if you've made it this far inside of this video series, then you know the parts of your body that you're connected with, that you have ease in. You found the parts of your body that you're really not very coordinated. You don't have a lot of peace and a lot of ease in these parts of your body. And you've also discovered how it is that you can then change the experience in different parts of your body. And so you've had the experience at this stage of the game of bringing ease from one part of your body, delivering it to another part of your body. And all of a sudden, there's more ease, there's more spaciousness, there's more peace inside of there. And hopefully you've recognized that as you do this, you as a person are also starting to change how you relate to yourself, how you relate to others, the actions that you choose to do, because the deal is that you are engaged in altering the shape, tone, and tension of your spine, and the shape, tone, and tension of your spine is in relationship to how you experience the world around you and how you look at yourself. And so the state of consciousness of sacred pause, it's this it's honestly, it's very divine. And what it gives you, like, so we're going to go through a demonstration of exactly how to do it, of course. But I want to talk about what some of the gifts are. Some of the gifts, like the main gift, is that when we read books or we learn about meditation or we discover that moments matter and that tracking an enduring moment, that matters and it adds value to your life, that's all wonderful. But so we're tracking time, we're tracking moments as the moments proceed, and you can thread them into like a continuous thing, and that's called being present. That's called being present in the moment, but the moment is moving, isn't it? So my question to you is, where are you present? I would suggest actually stopping the video at this point in time and like checking in with yourself of where are you assimilating information in your body. If you are present, if there's a point of presence in you, where is it? Where is information gathering to? So hit pause and then come back when you've answered that question for yourself. Okay, so welcome back. Hopefully you played that little game that I just asked of you. So here's the cool thing. You can actually change where it is that you're assembling reality to. So most people who are culturalized, like in the Western world, we're culturalized to be analytical. So we're bringing in a bunch of data in through our eyes and in through our ears, and we perceive mind to be inside of here. And so the assembly point of the data coming in from your life seems to be coming from here. What I want you to know is that Sacred Pause gives you the ability to change where that assembly point is. That you could actually, if you do Sacred Pause here, you can be present in that part of your body while you're living your life. You can then observe, like, when this part of your body shuts down, and then because of the magic of what your prefrontal lobes do in regards to your limbic system, and that all gets off into like more of like the level 4 stuff of like how this stuff works. But the deal is when you observe a behavior, or you have a better skill to observe how you are in your body and in your life, you can compress the amount of time of you observing what's happening inside of you so that you can more accurately modulate how you're being with the people around you, your relationship to the work that you do. You have a better knowing of like what continues to allow your inner heart to be open. What allows your heart to be open all the time? Can you, when you need to be able to express something in a firm way that's going to challenge somebody else, if you need to do that in your life, but instead you act really nice because maybe you're trying to keep your heart open, and you notice that your heart shuts down every time you're really nice, when you actually need to be more firm with that person, and that's actually how you can keep your heart open, like, then there's big learning in that, because being loving is leaving yourself open for vulnerable exchange. You need a strong spine to back up an open heart. Being nice is not being loving. Those are different things. And just because people have been educated to think that being nice is being loving, it's like that's just not true. And you can test it out for yourself, because you can engage in the activity of Sacred Pause, and then you can walk around connected to your inner heart and just watch what makes your inner heart shut down and what makes your inner heart continue to stay open, and how do you have to be as a person. It's a tremendous, like, it's a tremendous opportunity to move a person from living a very ordinary life to living an absolutely extraordinary life under their own terminology of what an extraordinary life is. Because what is extraordinary for you is different than what's extraordinary for me, because we're different people. And so when you use your body as a feedback mechanism, as instruments, just like on the dashboard of your car, if you can keep something open when it shuts down, you can observe that, and then you can modulate your behavior in relationship to that, and you're going to be on the fast track to an absolutely fantastic, extraordinary existence. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the process of how to facilitate sacred pause inside of yourself and in others. And the key components are this, is to find a really good place of ease somewhere on your torso. Don't do this over your eyes. Do it somewhere over your torso as you begin learning this. And then you're going to want to do this in different places just as the weeks and months go by, because you'll learn different lessons. I'm telling you, if you're living your life coming from your inner heart and keeping your inner heart open, you're going to learn different lessons than if you're in position 3 and you're living from that place. And absolutely what will happen is that these will all bridge over time. And so then, and so it's all about you reflecting on your energetic state and how full of ease you are. And the more that you can embody that with minutes and seconds, then the faster the downloads will all happen. And then this is where we start to get into some of the challenges of integrating that which it is that you know. And so the sacred pause exercise, it moves along in a very simple way. You'll find a place of ease somewhere between position 2 and position 4. This is the easiest way to move forward with this. And you find a really good place of ease in there. And then while you're experiencing that ease with your hands on your body, you then will keep your hands on your body, but you open your eyes. And then now you have your eyes open, but you're still connecting into your body. Then we have you take your hands off of your body so that you can, you'll probably be lying on your back, so you'll be looking at the ceiling, but you can still be connecting into your body while you're just laying there. And now, and people can do this. At this stage of the game, I have no doubt that you're going to be able to do this. And so then you can get up, you can start moving around, and you can start to see what can you actually do and stay present. How can you take sacred time to be present in a part of your body, and when do you get sucked out of your body? And for those really cool people, it's like, where do you go when you get sucked out of your body? Where is the observer at? Where is your default behavior of where you assemble your personal reality? Okay, welcome to the hands-on portion of Sacred Pause. This is video 9 in our series, and we've got Nichelle here. And the right way to go about this is to identify where between position 2 and position 4 the person has a really good amount of ease. Now, know that you don't have to always do this where you have like the best ease. You just need enough ease to be able to stay present in there. But for demonstration purposes, we're just going to use, just like a really good place of ease. I know at this stage of your education, it's starting to get harder to differentiate between, where's the best place of ease and where's the second best place of ease, and that's all fine. So just pick a good place. And so we're just going to take a quick tour of positions 2, 3, and 4 with Nichelle. We're going to find where we're going to work with her, and then we're going to go through the very simple hands-on portion of sacred pause. The real value of sacred pause has nothing to do with, well, very little to do with just the hands-on portion. It has to do with taking the sacred time to pause and be in your body while you're in your life. The actual minutes and seconds, whether you're going to go pick up a chainsaw out of the garage and go cut down a tree, or you're going to go shopping, or whatever it happens to be, that's where this work really applies. So here we go. Breath in and out. Again. And out. Okay, position 3. And breath. And then bring your hands up to your inner heart. Breath. Okay, which one do you want to work with?
I think 2 or 3.
Okay, pick one.
2.
Okay, awesome. Breathing in your nose and out your mouth. Same breath pattern all the time through this entire video series. In your nose, out your mouth. Next step here is like, describe the size of the ease inside of you here.
It's really big,
Okay.
Up and down, like towards my spine, and then up towards the ceiling.
Okay, really big. So what does that mean?
It's just really easy to breathe.
Is that the size of a watermelon?
It feels more like a football.
Okay, so the same length as a regular football is what you're saying? Or does it extend more or less?
Like outside of my body?
Yeah, does it extend outside of your body?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think upwards towards the sky, like
Yeah,
I could
keep
focus
breathing.
through my body.
Yeah, okay. So this is one of the coolest things that happen as you do this, is that, remember, you're an energetic being having a physical experience. The physicalness is less real than the energetics that you are. And so you're a field. You're a field. And so if you can observe yourself from inside out, just because you have a boundary, when we look at a person, they appear to have a boundary, that doesn't mean that that boundary is just them. They're bigger than that. So if you can see into the bigger being that you are, that's a wonderful thing. And so inside of Sacred Pause, we want people identifying the size of the ease. We're not trying to stretch it yet or any of those kinds of things, but having a person verbalize what it looks like in there helps them see what it is that they are. And so what I've understood so far, it's kind of like football shape, definitely extends out of her body up towards the ceiling. What about down towards your spine? Does it go all the way to your spine? Does it go through the table and to the floor? Is there a barrier down under there? Tell me.
It like naturally kind of stops at my spine, but if I'm focusing a little bit more, I can go down towards the floor.
Okay, breath in. And how far in front of your body towards the ceiling does it seem like this goes?
Like 7 or 8 feet.
Okay, so a doggone good long way.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then what about out to the sides, out to the left and the right hand side?
Without working too hard, it feels like kind of like this much space.
Okay, got it. So in your nose, out your mouth. So it seems like there's 2 or 3 feet out to the sides, and if she really focuses, she can send her focus down behind her spine, but then in front of her, it definitely goes a good 7 or 8 feet. So there's a vastness inside of there. And so this is all part of the Sacred Pause experience. So she's pausing, she's tracking the moments inside of her, and she's being present inside of this part of her body. And so then now keep doing what you're doing and just open your eyes. It's as simple as that. And so you can easily now see the ceiling, and you can see inside your body, can't you? Okay, so she can see outside of her body and she can see inside of her body now simultaneously. So what I want you to do is I want you to take your hands off of your body, but keep doing what you're doing. Just put your hands down by your sides. All right, so now she's got her hands off of her body. We've removed the sensory input, the tactile input. So she's now being present inside of her body. She's aware of this vastness, and she has her eyes open. So we're now at the place where a person can now start taking the steps of of being able to get up off of a table, maybe go get a glass of water, maybe you're going to go out and prune a camellia bush. I don't know. And it's like, but go and do things, go and do the things that you're going to do, but stay present in your body. See, the culture is missing the whole thing of where are you present while you're tracking this enduring moment? The assumption is that you're tracking it mentally. So you're leaving your body behind in your life. Why would somebody leave their body behind in their life and just track it mentally? No, we need to have the tracking device online so if it goes into defense, we can actually tell. And so that's the exercise for sacred pause, and I would recommend moving yourself through all of the work that you've learned how to do through this program, and then as you add video 9, sacred pause, into your skill set that you spend 10, 15 minutes a day, sure, just get hooked up to whatever part of your body, but then stay in that part of your body and go be in your life and see how well you can stay connected in there, and discover what shuts you down. How do you have to be as a human being to keep that part of your body open?